Hey everyone, it's Amador. So today I'm actually going to show how I made these lace and trim storage cards. I used them to make a lace and trim storage crate for Rena, so I will leave a link in the description so you guys can see the full video on that. But yeah, these are the cards that I made, and I'm going to show you guys. The ones I made before had a little flower, but I want this to be simpler because I'm going to use it for, for my storage now. So this is using some very simple things. So stick around, and this is one of my first few tutorials. I plan to make more. So hope you guys like it, and hopefully it helps for your lace and trim. It's pretty simple. And yeah, I give you different options in a minute, so stick around and let's get to it. So I'm going to show you guys first the dies that I used, and this is the main die, and this is just some scratch paper I cut out. This is the main die that I use for the actual cards, and this one is frame and frame back scalloped, and it's by Sizzix, and honestly, I don't even know, I think this was discontinued. I got this on clearance like at Michael's for like $4.99 or something like that. And I've used it actually quite a bit because I use it for, when I send racks and stuff like that, I've used this for like a background or something to hold whatever in the little bags. And anyway, so I used this one. I just cut this one so you guys can see what it looks like, because you technically can use it to make a frame. Now for the topper, I used this, and once again, that's scratch paper. And this one is by Stampin' Up! And this one is the beautiful butterflies. It's a Big's die. And this is what it cuts out. I use this one, but it has this one that you fold and you get the bigger butterfly. So honestly, this is probably one of my favorite butterfly dies, and I think I've used this one the most out of like all of them that I have, because I have like 5 or something. But yeah, so I used this one right here, and I cut 2 of those just like the lace cards to cover them. Now, also, if you don't have that die, the scallop die, I like to use, and this one I think is still available, and this one is also by Stampin' Up!, and this is the top note die. Is that what it's called? Yeah. The Big's top note, and it actually has like a little stitched border and everything, and you can use it either this way or this way, and I've actually used this before in like little mini crates, little mini lace storage crates where it has a few of these and they're topped off and everything. So that one's really cute too, and it already has the shape because this indentation on each side help you keep the lace inside, whereas opposed to this one that I actually had to cut. You can leave the scallops, and truth be told, you can leave the scallops, but I actually cut them out on the side so it holds the lace better, and you can put more laces, and this little rounded scalloped edge here gives it space so they don't slide off, because sometimes you make the ribbon cards or lace storage cards and they slide off of the actual little card, so then there's no point. So anyhow, I use medium weight chipboard, and this one I already prepared. I got everything cut and everything so I can just assemble it here and show you guys, because my big shot is on the other side on my Cricut cutting thing station, and it's just a matter of moving everything around. There's no point. So anywho, I use medium weight chipboard, and I've also gotten questions on where I get my chipboard. I get my chipboard because you guys know it's heavy as heck to ship. I live in Vegas. You guys have to understand, some people that live in bigger cities, or like actual metropolitan cities, they have access to so many things. In Vegas, for some reason, it's like, I don't know, like we're living in the middle of the desert or something, which technically we are, but I mean, like, we have nothing as far as warehouses or bulk supply places, except for a paper place that I did find, but they don't have, they didn't have the medium weight chipper. They only have, I do get my lightweight chipper from them. But anyway, I digress. I get mine from Amazon, and it's a pack of 25, and I think it's like $8.88 for a 25, and we have Amazon Prime, so, and it falls into the Amazon Prime, so I don't have to pay an additional shipping. Now, yes, Amazon Prime, it's kind of a, a twofold kind of situation, because it's not cheap, but in all honesty, we order so much and I buy so much junk, it's not even funny. I've gotten all my Tilda books, almost all of them, I mean, all this other stuff, so we buy enough to make up for it, I assure you. So I use that, and like I said, I just ran this through my Big Shot, and the papers I'm going to use on this, because I'm actually going to start organizing my hot mess over here, is the Divine collection, because I still have a paper pad, a 12x12 of papers, and I'm probably not going to use it, so I figured, what the heck, just get rid of it somehow, right? So, And I'm just going to put it together real quick with my Scotch. Because, oh, another thing that I use, and of course it stopped up. I need to get that little lid that's basically a, what is that? Basically like a needle. So I think I should just probably leave my stupid thing on there. So anyway, generally what I actually use for this is for these things that are handled quite a bit, I like to use my my Xyron sticker maker, because I have I have the big one, which has which you can run like a full size 8.5 by 11 sheet through it. So that is always helpful, and you just run it through. And you just run it through, and it does like a full sheet and everything. So this is much easier. And typically, what I do actually, I run the sheets through the Xyron first, adhere it to the chipboard, and then I actually run it through my my Big Shot. But you know, for the purpose of a video and to do it easier, it's just, you know, quicker through the through here. And the fact that my Xyron, actually my brother borrowed it. He's laminating some things because I have the laminating cartridge also. So that's what I use, and it's quicker, and that stuff sticks like nobody's business. And then you just look to see which side you want to be the top side, so it'll be like that. So anyhow, so yeah, that's what I like using. In all honesty, it's not cheap, but it's worth it, because I also use it for my mini albums. And you can see I'm not doing it right on the edge, because when you flatten this out, it'll spread. It'll spread. So, and this is kind of quick, just for my tutorial. And I'd like to do more tutorials. People ask me questions on how to do stuff, and I'm like, and I explain it, and I think I sound like a goober when I explain it, because I think it doesn't sound right, or I'm like, did I miss something out? So I'm like, you know, let me just show you how I did it. I also have my heart nest tutorial coming up as well, because I did get a few questions on those. Okay, so let me lift this back up, because obviously I can't. I love it when stuff goes wrong on people's videos, and now when they're doing tutorials. As it is, I feel like a goofball doing tutorials, because I'm like, you guys are super awesome, like I said before, and I feel like, what the heck am I going to show you? But anyway, and this is Scotch Quick Dry, so it still gives you time to adjust, but nevertheless, you want to be on point. So anyway, there we go. And that's why I like using my Xyron to make the card first, and then run it through my die cutting machine. So as you saw, I actually, or I could have said earlier, I painted it on the edges. It's time for me to order more chipboard, so I'm going to order white chipboard, because I've noticed my papers usually lean to the shabbier, to the lighter kind of things. I'm going to order white chipboard so I don't have to paint it. So I have both, because I'm down to my last pack of chipboard. I used it quite a bit when I did my mason jar mini albums, which, by the way, I'm going to make some more mini album kits from the Tilda Country Escape. It's coming and should be this week. And you guys, trust me, it takes a while. It took me a whole day to do the last ones, and that was only 3. Who knows how long it's going to take me. So anyhow, so there it is. So technically, you could stop there, and you are good to go. Let me get the rest of my tools. As always, I am so unprepared. I don't even know why I'm trying to do a tutorial, and I'm like half of the stuff I don't even have on my desk. So anyway, you can leave it like that. You're good. You're good to go, and sturdy, you know, whatnot. But what I did is I cut off the side scallops to give it a section where it will actually hold all of your items. So all I did was I drew a line with a pencil, but I'm going to do it with a pen so it's more visible on the video. And sometimes you'll go over the scallops, as you can see. So that's what it is. That's how it is there. Now you have 2 options. You can either use your X-Acto knife, which is probably quicker, and make sure you use a ruler with a metal edge so you don't cut into your ruler, because I've done that a lot. So you can cut right over that, or I did it the lazy way. Now, it's kind of hard to go in here, and because it's chipboard, and cut into here and then go straight there. What I did was I cheated. I don't know why I painted it before I did this. So anyway, so I started halfway, went along the line, And there you go. So now you just go this way and you cut that end. So I can go, let me see here. Because this way I feel that you have more control than with the X-Acto knife. I mean, I'm good with my X-Acto knife, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I had like 25 to cut or whatever, and my hand starts to hurt. So yeah, then you just go over and then do this side. Now, another thing I also did to make it easier for me was I went ahead and drew the line on the other side. Because, am I in frame? Okay. That way you can flip it over and do the other side from this side, because it is much harder to do it from that side, from the same side. Let me see here. Of course, there's going to be something that's difficult, right? Okay, got that. Got it. All right. So, and since I did the line on this side, I can cut it, and I'm using the tonic scissors, which are really good for chipboard and stuff. And then especially if you have like adhesive on it, it's good to go. So then I have my brush over here, which I forgot totally to do, that I was going to cut the edges. And I just have, you know, one of these simple little Michaels brushes, and I just go over it. Obviously some of the paper didn't stick, but you can go back and always just put a little bit of glue in there. Like I said, the reason why I like using the Xyron one is it takes care of it, and you don't have to worry about those little edges coming out. Okay, especially with all the roughing up I just did. And it was more just, you know, to get it done. So there it is. So that's done. And so now you can just leave it like that if you want. And honestly, any of these steps you can leave out to have your ribbon card, and this will stand perfectly. The scallops are all the same edge. You can even do it this way if you prefer, and, you know, cut out these scallops. So we'll do that. So I'll just do that one. Okay. So the next thing I did was I put a butterfly from the Stampin' Up! Die up on top with a little flower. And I gave it little feelers. I think that's what they're called, right? All I used was one of these little stamens from, you know, that you use to make your flowers. They have these at Michael's, at Hobby Lobby, anywhere. So I just measured out like how far I wanted it. Held it on with my left finger, put some glue. Now for this, I'm not going to lie, I actually used a little bit of hot glue on it. But, you know, we're just going to do this because you can use it. You don't need a hot glue gun. And then, oh, and I cut out 2 pieces of this. I cut out 2 pieces, one to go on each side, and we're just going to use some of the scotch right now. And if you made a hot mess in between with the feelers, boom, you just covered it up. And the reason I use 2 is to make this a little bit stronger, because if you're using cardstock that's not the strongest, it's with all the movement and up and down, and you know you're going to use it to hold it up. It can get it can get a little bit messed up. So, but that's it. That is the butterfly, and then you can use hot glue. You can use scotch if you want. You can use whatever. Glue it on there. And the ones I made last time had a little flower here, but we're just gonna leave that as it is because I just want it plain, and that way you're able to hold it. So whenever you're pulling it out of your storage storage container or whatever, it is easier to grab, and you don't have to worry about, because when you want something to be functional, you don't want to have to worry about messing up the decorations. But that way you can totally drop my glue. You can grab it and just, you know, pull it out. So, and that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure that wasn't very impressive to many people, but that is how I made the ribbon cards. It's quick, honestly. Once you get into the rhythm of, you're on the second, third one, it's much quicker. So yeah, so I hope you guys liked that. Hope that was helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon. If you guys have any questions on any other projects or any other things that I made and you guys want me to show how to do it, I'd be more than glad to take suggestions. So yeah, so leave me a comment, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.